Hey there, welcome to this episode of the Startup Experiment. For those of you that are new, my name is Scott and I'm building 12 apps in 12 months. Today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to take you along for the ride on a typical day in my life as a solopreneur. I'll show you how I manage my time to get things done. I'll show you a new tool that I've been using to turn mockups into real code. And then I'll show you all the in-between bits as I live the life that I've always imagined as a solo entrepreneur. Let's jump right into it. My day almost always starts with a highlight, and that's taking my dog Mo for a walk outside. I love taking her to the park and letting her run around for a bit. It allows me to set my intentions for my day during that time, but also to spend some time with her. Sometimes we work on specific training, but today I was just letting her run around and have a little bit of fun. All of my tasks for the day and for the week are laid out on a Trello board. This allows me to set up recurring tasks that happen every single day, pull in the ones that I want to get done for that day from my weekly tasks, and then make sure I'm on track to complete a full sprint's worth of work for the week. One of the tasks that I do every single day is making sure that I'm engaging on social media. When I first started this journey, that sounded a little hokey to me, being engaged on social media. But I'm really trying to move from being just kind of a lurker on some of these sites to being a little bit more of an active participant. So I'll open up YouTube and make sure that I reply to any comments on my videos. I'll open up Twitter and post one tweet a day. If I find a tweet that I find really engaging, I'll make sure I throw a comment on there as well. And I love to go on Indie Hackers and Reddit and to make sure that I'm active on those sites. I really don't want to just be someone that's taking from these communities. I want to make sure I give something back. After that, I dive into my main task for the day. Recently, I've been trying a couple different methods to try and get more things done. The first method is making sure that my big task for the day is done before lunch. This means that after the morning routine is done, eating breakfast, taking Mo out, I'm jumping into that main task and trying to make serious progress on it before my lunchtime break. For today, my big task that I wanted to get done was completing all the designs and flows for the Micro Habits app that I've been working on. I use the Pomodoro method here. I'll set 30 minutes on my timer and try to get as much done in that 30 minutes as possible. Every time a new idea comes to me that's not critical to the task at hand, I make sure that I write it down so that I can either tackle it later or realize that it wasn't something that I need to address anyways. On this day, I spent 2 to 2.5 hours working out some of the kinks within the Micro Habits app. I really wasn't happy with the way the home screen looked within the application. I loved the habit screen, I loved the sign up flow, but the home screen wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. So I took another stab at designing out this home screen, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Today was a great day. I was able to get this task done before lunch, and that allowed me to focus on some of the medium and smaller tasks I wanted to complete for the day. Over my lunchtime break, I made myself a sandwich, and then I spent about 30 to 40 minutes practicing piano. I've been playing the piano for about 5 months now, but it's something that I've wanted to take seriously for years. To make sure that I'm making progress towards my goal of becoming competent in playing the piano, I make sure to spend about 30 to 40 minutes a day, every single day. And this time is split between about 60% playing songs that I'm trying to learn, 20% doing different exercises, and 20% following along with different tutorials and trying to learn how to read music. My goal with this, just like the Micro Habits app, is just to try to get a little bit better each day. Sometimes that means spending more time on it, or working on a particular chord progression, or trying to get a certain fingering down. I don't know, I would just love to look back on this in 10 years and have this really killer skill. I think that would be really cool. After I finished up my lunch and piano practice, I jumped into my 2 medium tasks for the day. The first one was cleaning up and deploying updates to my personal site. I really wanted to try out this Figma plugin that I saw called Builder.io. Builder.io takes your Figma file and turns it into working React and Tailwind code. There are also a few other options, but React and Tailwind are what I've built my personal site out of, so this would be amazing if I can take my designs and save 50, 60, 70% of my time just by spitting out some boilerplate code in this tool. Well, I tried it out and it worked really, really well. There was a few things that didn't work out of the box as I'm using Gatsby for my personal site, so I had to change some of the ways that images were being imported into my application. But I love how quickly this allowed me to move. I spent maybe 15 minutes cleaning up the designs, and then 15 minutes cleaning up the code, and it was deployed out to production. So within half an hour to an hour today, I was able to clean up designs, turn them into code, and get that code out there to the real world. That is a win for me. There were a couple of code quality things that I saw that I could address later down the road, but for now the site is very functional and I can abstract out different components later down the road if I need to. The final task that I worked on today to help me build out my business is testing out Expo as a tool. I think the best way to describe Expo is almost a framework or an ecosystem of tools that allows you to develop and deploy React Native applications on Android, iOS, and also on the web. My software engineering background is really heavy on React for the web, Node, microservices, GraphQL, you name it, but I haven't dabbled much in React Native yet, so I figured this is a great place to start. Today I spent time working through the first few steps of the tutorial. As I build out more and more applications and experiment with different things, I think it'd be really handy to have some skill set in native application building. So this is the route that I'm going right now. On this particular day, I spent a couple hours working on this and made some good progress. One of the things that I love about my days as a solo entrepreneur or an indie hacker is that I get to work on the things that I feel are most important. I wake up excited and invigorated, ready to go and hit the ground running. And this wasn't always the case for me. I'm really thankful that I get the time to work on these projects full time and hopefully create products that can help people out and allow me to continue to live a life where I'm in charge of my own destiny. After I got to a good stopping point with my Expo tutorial, I packed up to head over to my girlfriend's house. We then went off to the gym for a quick workout. For me today, my big focus was on hamstrings. One of my goals this year is to focus on building up my legs quite a bit. I do have some limitations when it comes to working with really heavy loads, so a lot of my workouts work around that, and I go for higher reps and lower weight. So this is one of my favorite exercises, the single leg deadlift. I really focus on trying to go slow, keeping my chest up, and staying in balance throughout the entire movement. As you can see, I don't always nail that, but that is my goal. After the gym, my girlfriend and I headed over to Crumble Cookies. She had never had crumble before, and they absolutely knocked it out of the park. I would recommend it to anyone. Just go and try a couple of their cookies. They are amazing. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let me know what you'd like to see more of. If it's more of these day in the life videos, or if it's more jumping into the specifics behind the different applications that I'm building, I'd be happy to keep showcasing whatever you guys want to see. Enjoy the dog moment of the week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.